Mic check. How am I doing on sound, folks?
Yep. Sound good.
Crystal clear.
Love it. Huge 24 hours, everybody. Are we live on X?
In about 20 seconds, I think. I don't think anyone slept.
Yeah, the charts, you just got to, it's really important to stay up late at night and stare about 2 inches away from the screen at the charts. I find that to be quite therapeutic.
Yeah. If it's going up.
Yeah, and if it's going down, you just stare at it until it goes up. That's my method.
I take 3 months.
Yeah, not much of a trader, but I do have a heck of a gaze at a chart. So, anyways, very exciting day. The last 24 hours have been awesome. Speak for everybody across the entire Telcoin ecosystem when I say, wow, what a day it has been, everybody. So we had a huge ceremony yesterday signing Telcoin Holdings bank digital asset bank charter in Nebraska by the governor of Nebraska into law, and with the Nebraska Department of Banking and Finance, and with everybody there. It was just a huge deal. It's been many years in the works, and really is something that as an ecosystem and network that we're governing, we can look forward to having the market participants that are intimately involved in this whole Telcoin economy be this service provider that is so needed, right? You need money for anything else that involves value to work. And so by plugging in the existing banking system to this crypto technology, the hope is that we can unlock it for modern finance on the internet and really create an internet of money. And that's what we're here to do. Additionally, we had an exciting announcement from Uphold, and big shout out to Squirtel, as many of you know him in the chat, in the council. Been leading that initiative for a long time. This stuff is not easy to get done, but we got it over the finish line, and it was a heck of an announcement day. There's coincidences, and then it's just pretty crazy. Things just all come together at the same time, and it was the latter yesterday. Just an awesome set of announcements. So ready to kick things off. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 36th, that's crazy, right? Recurring Platform and Treasury Council meeting. Today, we'll cover governance initiatives, platform developments, upcoming proposals. BZ, if you could post the agenda in the chat now, or someone, if they have it available, that would be super helpful. These bi-weekly meetings provide transparency into council operations, offer proposal authors a forum to present directly to council members in the community, and maintain consistent communication across our global ecosystem. What are we building? Well, what we're building is this internet of money. There's 7 billion people connected by mobile phones, yet they're unable to truly own their own property without relying on layers of intermediaries. And to move their money, it costs basically mailmen on the internet. And so the same way that users are interacting with every other web good and service, we're completely on the money front in a tough spot. It's nothing like moving money today in the traditional rails is nothing like the way that you move data and store data. It just costs a lot. There's a lot of people involved, and Telcoin Association is changing that. We're establishing Telcoin Network in the overall Telcoin platform, and Tel as this blockchain network and token standard for global telecom. Telecoms run the internet. With Telcoin Network, they also process blocks, securing this settlement layer for digital finance that's accessible to every mobile subscriber worldwide. And so what's this platform that we're governing? How is it architected? And so the platform architecture has 3 integrated layers that work as one system. And that's why we're the Platform and Treasury Council. We're the global council that is viewing this one system as an indivisible system. And so this includes Telcoin Network, which is this base layer EVM compatible layer 1 blockchain that's through proof of stake validated exclusively by GSMA, this consortium for telecoms, mobile network operators, and introducing an entirely new revenue stream for telecoms. There's Telex, which is this liquidity layer that enables users to own the markets that they rely on in their daily lives, for things like remittances and crypto exchange, and ultimately every digital good and service. And then there's Telcoin Application Network, which is this network of mobile applications produced by GSMA members that connect users to blockchain finance and each other, using this platform as its underlying infrastructure. And so across this platform, there's 4 minor groups, these different actors that are implicitly within every existing blockchain, that today they just aren't treated equally. There's really this base layer of blockchain miners in every blockchain, and then everybody else pays them and doesn't have governance ownership. Well, in ours, we basically have this base layer where the validator set for the blockchain are GSMA MNOs that secure the blockchain, earn transaction fees, and tell rewards. But then we also have these 3 other miners that are across this platform that both produce the system and earn fees and tell rewards. And so these include liquidity miners on Telex, who provide liquidity to enable decentralized exchange, and then developers at the application layer like Telcoin Holdings, who build these compliant mobile apps that leverage this blockchain platform, and then stakers, who are the power users of those services that are driving payment networks and adoption of these services, and connecting each other through this shared platform to drive adoption of the system. And so each miner earns fees and tell rewards, which ultimately aligns telecoms, developers, liquidity providers, and users across this entire value chain around the same blockchain platform. And GSMA validation rights for MNOs are there to scale this thing to billions of users through existing infrastructure and existing distribution channels. In this ownership model that spans across the entire platform, that's distributed for the whole value chain for mobile financial services, turns these participants into owners, which is the most viral thing you can do at the outset, but the most truly defensible thing at scale. Because if you own something, why would you go elsewhere for a service? And why would you pay gas fees in another token when you don't earn rewards on that system, or have governance rights when there's a system that exists where you can? And that's this merger of telecom distribution and user ownership that we think is the most, in terms of distribution, powerful channel, and in terms of defensibility, the biggest moat. And so the TEL is this native commodity good of the platform that functions as a gas token for transactions. It functions as a production input for stakers, for validators, and liquidity providers, as well as developers, and as governance power when it's used as this production form by these actors. So miners stake TEL to participate, produce the service of the platform, earn fees from consumption, harvest TEL issuance flows, and the stake TEL determines both their earning power and in production and their influence in governance decisions, like we just had with the election that passed. So it's been a crazy week, to sum it up in that way. We've got the election, we had Uphold, we had the digital asset bank announcement. And so there's this democratic governance that's within the Telcoin Association, which is what we're doing today, right? That operates as a Swiss Baron, which is a type of association in Switzerland. And it operates through these 5 elected councils. The platform and Treasury councils, which we're on, holds this global authority over platform-wide systems and token economics. And we work alongside these other councils across the subsystems, the TAN Council and the Telex Council, and the Special Purpose Council, the Compliance Council, that handles a variety of really critical matters to the fabric of how this institution works. And so our dual mandate is we oversee sustainable platform provisioning, which means we plan infrastructure development and other collective goods within the platform economy. And we're responsible for TEL allocation. So we regulate the TEL distribution from the primary source of TEL for miners to harvest based off of their productivity and the rules that are set by their councils. So why does this matter? Well, every single decision that we take shapes whether or not we achieve this vision. Uniting GSA MNOs and billions of users around a shared blockchain infrastructure where money moves like data is accessible to every mobile phone globally. and so our commitments as council reps are, we're committed to thoughtfully reviewing every proposal, consistently communicating. We always are required to vote and go to these meetings, which are critical to how we take proposals from ideas to implemented, and ultimately, faithful execution of the governance framework that the community from the bottom up has entrusted us with. And so now let's go ahead and proceed with today's agenda. And to start off, so we basically got Telcoin Network updates coming. We've got a TIP for this unified web preference of for the Telcoin ecosystem, Coinmetro discussions, the Telcoin finance post, an election overview, exchange listing recap, and then we'll do some open Q&A and schedule the next meetings. And yeah, so I'll just kind of kick off the recap. It's basically, we focus on governance updates, last meeting, technical progress, elections. The development team reported completion of all the priority security patches in a shift to milestone-based development approach rather than strict timelines. A proposal to consolidate the current websites, telcoin.org, telcoin.network, telex.network, into a unified master site under Telcoin.network has received some pretty broad support. I'm looking forward to discussing it today. There's a tech spec meeting scheduled for what's coming up, and we're basically now through the election, and everything is moving and towards the KYM process, or Know Your Council Member process, for the elected candidates, which received a full quorum. So without further ado, I will pass things over to Grant for Telcoin Network updates. And thanks everyone for joining.
Awesome way to get things kicked off, Parker. All right, so Telcoin Network updates. Technical development-wise, protocol team closed another 16 issues over the past 2 weeks. Again, primarily focusing on strengthening our production readiness. These updates included bug fixes, security patches, and enhanced logging infrastructure for our deployed nodes. This is some of the stuff that, as we're working towards redeploying the network and making it public, again, we kind of took an opportunity to improve this infrastructure so that as we move to production and we have the network actually decentralized, we still have a way to get the invaluable feedback from these logs. So, and finally, we've also expanded some pretty significant test coverage. All in all, I think that the protocol continues to grow stronger every day. We have 1 high, 3 medium, and 19 low priority patches left before we are fully complete with our competition results. So in parallel with that, we've also completed the technical portion of a MiCA compliance white paper. I'm really excited to have some of these thoughts and these details actually written down, because this is all going to be overlap for a GSMA white paper as well that we've been working on for quite some time. But this was kind of an opportunity to not only be proactive and taking a proactive approach to EU regulation requirements, which is going to position Telcoin Network for institutional readiness and open more pathways and doors for European operations and partnerships. But it's also, true to Telcoin's platform's mission. We're building not just technically secure infrastructure, but also regulatory compliant systems and being pioneers in that front, and meeting these high international standards. So moving forward with all that behind us and the elections as well, we're excited to have our current focus shift back to Telcoin Network protocol development exclusively. So we're continue to methodically address those remaining security findings. That's our biggest priority right now. And as we continue to use and move this new code into production, anytime we do have an opportunity to improve the production readiness of it, that is something that we're staying on top of. So all in all, it's a pretty hefty balance of tech debt and addressing these security findings. But I'm really, really proud of the work that protocol team is putting out, and just how much the protocol has matured in these past really like 6 weeks. So Appreciate everybody's continued support and with the exciting news as well. So we'll continue to update the roadmap with our progress and stay in touch on the channels.
Awesome. Thanks, Grant. Everybody clap it up for Grant. They have been killing it over there in protocol development, wearing all sorts of hats, getting everything done. Michael white paper, I was working on that as well. It's a big deal for us, and we really appreciate everything you do. You know, I saw a tweet the other day that said something along the lines of Grant doesn't get enough credit. So I think he deserves a lot of credit. All right, so we got our main man, Nikki Blue Lights, coming up here. We're going to talk about this Telcoin Improvement Proposal, TIP, for Unified Web Presence, the Telcoin ecosystem. And just for a little background, there's two types of proposals that the platform and Treasury Council deal with. There's a TIP, which does not involve financing at that current juncture. And then there's TEL-IP, which does involve financing. And so the TIP is just platform council required voting, and then the TEL-IP requires both the platform and Treasury Council. Without further ado, Nick, come up to the stage, my friend.
Thank you. Wow, what a wild last 24 hours. Just you know, I mean, everyone's been putting in so much work, but congratulations to you guys over there, and yeah, Squirtle and everybody in the association as well. It's just been a non-stop grind for the last few weeks, building up to all of this. So fantastic to see a day like yesterday. Onwards and upwards, always moving forward and getting stronger. So yeah, leading on to this unified web presence proposal, it's been in discussion internally. I think everyone's had it on their mind for a while. With the elections and everything, we've been a bit busy, but so we sort of touched on this last week. But the overall idea, I think the general consensus is that it's kind of the right time to tackle it, is to bring all of the Telcoin ecosystem, different portals and websites and everything into one unified domain, underneath one unified domain, to make the entry point easier for everyone, you know, not just the general public or the community, but potential partners, potential developers, you know, just bringing it all under one hat. And then we can have a nice intro on the main website you come into. Then you can branch off into wherever you want to go. You want to know about governance, you can find that. You want to know about the network, you can find that documentation, technical docs, or you want to go over to the Telex liquidity side of things. So yeah, just overall, the unifying the web presence is choosing a master domain. I still personally like the fact of the Telcoin.network being the sort of hierarchy domain, mainly because as we move forward to next year, the network is going to become, you know, the focal point and the big part of everything, the heart of everything. Governance leads off the network, Telex leads off the network. So yeah, I mean, but that's up for discussion, and probably everyone has a few different ideas. Governance doesn't, for me, need to sit as a primary level of that, like its own website. That can just sit neatly underneath something, because that's a side part of many facets of the Telcoin network, you know. So yeah, that's kind of where it is. I've put the link there to the forum post. The proposal's up on the forum. Been a lot of good feedback on it. Everyone seems very positive on the idea, and it's all about just coming to a consensus of deciding what the tech spec would be and how it would look, really, I suppose.
Awesome. So what are the next steps with this proposal here, Nick?
So basically, we need to, I mean, you know, obviously because of the elections and everything, we've been really busy in the last couple of weeks. So going forward now, this is all behind us. I suggest that we all just get together in a huddle and have a couple of internal meetings just to decide what we think the kind of, you know, the hierarchy should be. And if we can all come to a consensus, then we can get a spec built up for it, and then get it done, you know, and then consolidate everything and roll out a fancy new unified web presence.
Great. Yeah, I personally, it's something that when I was first approached with the notion of getting rid of .org and merging it into the Telcoin.network, I was like, I actually don't have an opinion. I haven't thought about it. and after putting some thought into it, and now that you've provided some color, it sounds like the right approach. We need this universal entry point, and we want to, the network is the critical layer of the platform that everything else is built on, and is our big distribution channel. And I think what you're saying makes a ton of sense as a way for people to get into things. So definitely looking forward to, I think, council office hours on Wednesday. Everyone should definitely join from the councils here that has an opinion and can make it. And if you have an opinion on it or preferences, please share them in advance of the council recurring week meeting on this upcoming Wednesday. All right. Are there any questions for Nick, or shall we move on to Ari on the Telcoin Finance Ops proposal?
Well, I think Nick wanted to talk about the Coinmetro.
Yep. So yeah, Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, so this is just another. This is all public. There's no need for it because it's a Coinmetro, which is another European exchange that have fiat on and off ramps. They've basically put out last week a public competition for what they call a golden ticket, free listing for a token or a project, and it's pretty cool. I mean, the first 2 weeks of it are they just want to ramp up, as much support as they can get from you. You retweet their tweet, and the top projects after 2 weeks will basically go into one of their Telegram polls. Whoever wins that, then they go into a Discord poll, and at that point, they have a competition, and so the whole point is that, for example, us as Telcoin Association, we can just try and ramp up support, retweet their tweets, and get some visibility from Coinmetro as well. And if we get down to the last runnings, it's all based on community and how strong your community is. We could end up with the golden ticket free listing on their platform. There's a few little caveats. One of them is it's only the only ones who have to do the due diligence is the last lot of projects that get down to week 4 into the Discord final. That's when those 4 have to do the due diligence and the KYC and all that kind of stuff with Coinmetro. And they offer the first of the 3 months. First of all, they give you free listing and free marketing campaign. They do a spaces with you if you're the winner. They list your the token on their exchange. They offer you 1 month free of market making liquidity, and then the project needs to cover month 2 and 3, but it's not a huge expense. It's 20k USD or something like that. So BZ and Derek and I came across it. We've been talking about it. We've talked with Leo. Adam Squirtle likes the idea as well. We can just, even if we don't win it, we can probably get some free visibility for Tel just by doing it. The second week has already started. It's a 2-week initial thing to kind of get your likes on your tweets and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure we've got a week left, and we can always jump in there and just try and drum up some support and see if we get any further with it. So I just thought that, being hot off the heels of Uphold and the news we've got right now, strike while the iron's hot and potentially just go for this golden ticket for another exchange. So that's kind of it, really. It's pretty basic, but it sounds like we could, get the community to drum up some support and go for it and see how far we get.
So for the folks at home, Coinmetro, can you give us a little overview of this exchange and their size and everything, and why we should
yeah, sure.
move forward with it?
So they're similar to Telcoin. They're very, very heavy on compliance. So they started, I think it was in 2017 or 18. I believe their headquarters is in don't know if it's Lithuania or something like that, but they've got a lot of licenses. They're also close to getting their MiCA license. They cover fiat deposits. They cover the US for US dollar fiat deposits. Canada as well, they support pretty much most of the world. And Kevin is the CEO, really nice guy. He's always doing weekly video recaps. They're quite a small exchange, but they're very selective in who they work with. Estonia, that's right. Thanks, Dwight. Yes, in Tallinn in Estonia, that's correct. And they're probably like a tier 2 maybe. So not a great, huge exchange, but very, very focused on compliance and regulation. So they've taken the slower way to build. They've got their licenses in Estonia. Very, very, very good quality customer support as well. I've known them for a long time and have an account with them, and they're extremely good when you need support. They answer all their support tickets immediately and virtual chats and stuff like that. So I've always seen a synergy there myself between Tel and Coinmetro, simply because of both have been taking compliance extremely seriously. So that's kind of where they are. But again, they're a very humble kind of exchange with not a huge amount of listings, but they do offer support to the UK as well. They've got UK fiat deposits, US, Canada. So they cover a lot of regions where we also the Tel visibility needs improvement on. Great, we've got Uphold because that's a big one, and they offer fiat as well. But we don't have too many others, I don't think, that offer fiat onboarding and offboarding and things like that. So just another one on the list. Again, not a huge one. They're growing, very compliant, concentrating heavily on compliance. So the synergies are quite there, similar to what the goals are of Telcoin and association as well.
Yeah, that's it seems like a decent opportunity. Is there a TIP or Tel IP that we could expect, or how do you want to take it forward?
Well, we discussed this. We don't think that it's going to cost any. We're not going to require any funds to do it, because we had that other Tel IP passed for additional funding for exchanges, and because the costs are quite low, there's no fees in the marketing, nothing like that. It's only month 2 and 3 that you need to cover liquidity. You can either use your own liquidity provider or you can use one of theirs. But we kind of roughly talked about it yesterday, and there's a consensus was we wouldn't need to request any more funding to do it. So that's why we think we might not necessarily need a Tel IP for it.
Cool. I'd be curious, Dwight, if you have any thoughts as our market maker.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to hear from Dwight.
Hey guys. So I think it's a good opportunity. I mean, it engages the community, and just give it a try. If it's not working out, it's fine. And I think regarding market making, since they're not a huge exchange, we could figure out if there's a way that we can do it if we get the listing without any additional funding or whatever. So I think we can give it a shot, right? I mean, we have nothing to lose basically. If we win the free listing, it's fine, and if not, I mean, it's just worth it, I think.
Yeah, free visibility. Even if we get through the first couple of stages, we've got Tel on the mind of lots of people,
Yeah, and it's the right time. I think right now you all saw it in social media that now is the right time to make these kind of moves, because if the stone is rolling, you might get additional free listings in every direction, right? It can be happening pretty quick. You all know some meme coins. I don't want to compare Tel with a meme coin, but you sometimes see it, like there is a new meme coin and 3 days later there's a huge engagement and they're listed everywhere for free. So I think there's a lot of attention right now, and we need to continue doing what we are currently doing and keep the attention high and reach out to everyone, because it's only beneficial, right?
So would you handle the market making then, Dwight, or would we
I mean, they said if we get the listing, we will receive months of free market making. I guess they will do it internally or with their in-house market making, but I don't see a big issue that we can handle that after that if necessary. As I said, it's not a huge exchange. I guess they don't have crazy requirements like other exchanges that you need to get a lot of liquidity on board. So, I mean, I have to deep dive, obviously, but I guess there's something we can figure out.
Okay. I think from the standpoint of liquidity, though, that the proposal that, I wrote up and everything, I used the Parker method for pricing that out and everything. So I think that we should have room in there now to be able to do that if it was, fairly close to what Nick was saying, which is, 20, 30,000 or so.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, even if we get the listing and there are follow-up things which we need to, I don't know, like pay or add liquidity, and then we say, oh no, we don't want to do it because we need to spend, I don't know, 20, 30, 40K, we can still drop it, right? I mean, there's no obligation for us to move forward with it, even if we get it. So,
yeah, and so for Dwight.
no,
What
I
a
think
guy.
it's gonna be all right. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I don't see any reason why we wouldn't go forward with something that is contingent in the way that this is. So how about as a next step, if anyone has any dissenting opinions towards this, that they bring them up now. Otherwise, we've already empowered the platform council to make this decision with the inventory that it has already financed. So I'd be in favor of just moving forward personally.
I fully support moving forward with it too. Great find, Nick, and yeah, appreciate the input, Dwight. Everybody, let's get it.
Sounds good. Me and Derek are going to work on it anyway tonight.
Wonderful. All right. Yeah, that's a lot of thumbs up. I don't even see one thumbs down, which, if that's an option. Anyway, so up next, Ari.
Yeah, so we had a TEL IP6, which was an updated scope for a financial operations package from our partners here, and we went back and forth through that, and we finally came to a consensus of a scaled down package where we would go and get some financial and operational support, but at a minimum compared to what the initial scope was. So now it's going to be a finance ops package of about 8,500 Swiss francs for about 12 months. And we do have a surge mechanism in there. And we did also leave it open that we would be able to pick up other services later on. We just thought it was important to get something in place since we were coming up on the end of the tax year and we needed file stuff. So we've got that in place. That went and passed through council and through Treasury, and compliance didn't veto it. So that is good to go. Do we have any questions on that at all? It's pretty cut and dry.
Is there a regular recurring meeting with them or any sort of like a structured on the calendars yet on like how that information is transferred?
I don't think we have anything official on the calendar right now. Parker, do you know anything about how we structured that contract as far as?
Well, I can say that tomorrow morning I'm meeting with them, with Storm, to go through do the kickoff. What was the question?
I was just curious if there is a particular time like structured into the week, kind of like weekly office hours or something with Storm that, and who needs to be a part of that, and just what
Oh yeah, great. So there is so basically we have a weekly accounting every Friday morning, and then Leo has really done a great job of coordinating this, and we also have some kickoff calls with our existing bookkeepers, the folks that actually are going to file the taxes and everything in both the EU, or both in Switzerland as well as in the UK for the TAO. And so, yeah, everything is moving forward on a weekly cadence with Basil, who's the leader over there.
Okay, any more questions on that one? Okay, if not, we'll go ahead and move on to the next slot, which is mine too, which is the November 2025 election overview. So the elections have thankfully concluded, and we reached quorum on each one this time. So a great effort from everyone, from the teams in the background, getting everything in place so that we could vote, and the community for actually voting and everything, and making sure that we reach quorum on each one of them. I would like to welcome our newest council members. And some of these aren't all on Platform Council, but we got James on the Platform Council for the developers, Angelica for Treasury Council, Eric for Telex Council, Cody on the TAN Council, Boo Classic on the Telex Council, and Ryan, who's on the Treasury Council. So welcome to everyone. Thanks for everyone that participated and stuck their neck out there to, go and take the slings and arrows from the community for the next year. And thanks to any of our outgoing members for giving up, sometimes considerable amounts of their time and effort and energy over the past year. The new council members will be going through the typical KYM and the Know Your Member type process before they get set up with their official emails, get sent their NFTs, and kind of onboarded into the system. So for any of the new members, please feel free to reach out to any of the current council members if you have any questions on the processes or your responsibilities or areas of expertise. Do we have anything that anybody else wants to add, or anything one of the new council members would want to say?
Let's get them all up to say hello to everyone.
Yeah, so we should have, let's start with, hey, James, you want to step up to the mic here?
You're on,
Can you hear me there?
Yeah, we can hear you.
There we go.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Welcome to join you guys and help out as much as I can. I know you guys probably see me being a little active, and I will continue to do so and do everything I can. I just moved, so I'm like in my new office, trying to get set up real quick. We just moved cities. But yeah, I'm excited to join the Platform Council, help you guys out, do whatever I can, and kick butts. And yeah, what great timing. All sorts of stuff was happening. The uphold happened, charter happened, everything happened while I was moving. Literally, as I was driving, we met quorum. So it's been absolutely crazy. I know, obviously, you guys all know the feeling. And yeah, so I'm just glad to join, and I will be at every meeting and participating and doing everything I can to help out. So hopefully look forward to working with you guys individually and together and across councils, and let's do it.
Okay, good deal. So let's have Angelica next.
Hi, everybody. It's Angelica. I would like to thank everybody who voted for me. Thank you for all the council members who helped me to even try to have this position. Thank you, James. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Derek, and teaching me what's happening about Telcoin. Another thing I want to add is it was insane yesterday when the news broke that Telcoin is the first digital asset bank. I have been on my X account from yesterday all the way till today, the people are so enthusiastic. And I had constant comments, hearts, engagements. I haven't seen this many people that are so enthusiastic about Telcoin like we are now with the council members. I want to thank everybody again, and we are going to work hard together. I will listen to all the different council members, their ideas, and the people. Thank you very much for voting for me.
Thank you, Angelica. Let's bring up Ryan next.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, I wasn't expecting to participate on this call until I passed the KYM. So I'll just give a brief intro and a word of thanks to everyone who voted me in. I know I ran before, and it's actually fortuitous now since I'm back on U.S. time. So these council meetings are at a good time for me, and I'm looking forward to contributing to the association directly on top of my roles at Telcoin. So grateful to be here and looking forward to start working with all of you once I'm officially onboarded. Thanks.
Okay, thanks, Ryan. I think that's the last of who we have. That's
We have Eric here as
these
well.
camps.
We have Eric.
Oh, do we have Eric? Yeah, he's on the Telex council. Eric,
Cody's
you
here
wanna step up and
too.
say-
And Cody.
Oh, Cody is? Okay. Yeah, we'll have Eric go up first.
Yes, good evening. Can you hear me all right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, my name is Eric. I want to thank everybody for voting. Also, I've known Nick from Polygon. We worked together on a small project. Yeah, to be short, I've been basically living DeFi for the last 4 or 5 years. Interacted with pretty much every blockchain, every DeFi protocol out there. So from a user perspective, I've seen it pretty much all. I got a judicial background, worked in some IT projects before for government and profit organizations. And great to be here and to get in touch with everybody. It's actually pretty cool how you guys interact with each other and the lot of transparency. So great to be here. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you, Eric. Can we bring up Cody next here?
You don't want to hear from me. Give me 1 second. Look at my camera. Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's Cody. Good to see you all again. I really appreciate, just like Angelica said, everyone that voted and participated. Kind of away for quite some time. Took some time off. Glad to be back. Been around Telcoin since inception, and looking forward to make some moves. So thanks, everyone.
Okay, thanks, Cody. Let's see. I don't see Boo on here. I think that's the last one that we would have. So I think we're okay. So we'll move on to the next section, which is exchange listings. So since Adam is probably not here because he's getting married and such, so everyone already knows the big news that Uphold is official now. So that's on Ethereum only, but we are working on Polygon integration with them, and we've got some other stuff in the fire too, and the back end of things going on. And just like to thank Adam and Dwight for really kind of like spearheading this and kind of guiding us through the process, and kind of telling us when people were blowing smoke and when they weren't, and it really was a kind of an educational process on the whole thing. So big win-win for everybody. Does anybody have any questions that basically we will not be able to answer on exchange listings?
I haven't seen any in the chat yet. I'll let you know if I do.
There usually is, because they'd be asking what the next one is, and we're not saying anything.
Well, we already told them what the next one was. We're good, Coinmetro. That's what we're working on.
Well, I know we're on Cloud9 still as well.
Yeah.
I think we might be getting a 24-hour at least grace period on exchange listings.
Yeah, we're tired. Can we have a break for just a little bit?
Yes, just
We've got about 15 hours left of a break.
okay. So I think we can go ahead, Parker, and you can move on to your Q&A session.
Yeah, well, thanks everybody for coming up. Ari for leading some big areas, exciting developments across the board with all these new council members. Does anyone have questions? All right. They're tired of winning, which isn't a question, but it is a statement. And we are exhausted of all the winning that's going on right now out here. And so, yeah, it looks like everybody is good to go. We've actually ended 15 minutes early. I don't know if we've ever done that. There might be a glitch in the matrix, but if there is, we figured it out. So really excited about this week. Proud of all the different teams across Telcoin Holdings, the association, and the councils in the community. Big efforts and impact. It's only the beginning of a lifelong journey here within Telcoin Network, and I'm looking forward to a really exciting year with the new council members. We got a lot of traction coming off a big year, a ton of proposals. Dwight has a question.
Yeah, not a question, but I really want to say again what Ari just said, and really say that what Squirtle did with the Uphold listing is not normal. Like, I have a lot of experience with projects, let's say in a medium size, like starting to get their in quote shit together and trying bigger listings, and it's really a stretch, and that's why it took so long, right? And he really did a lot of stuff. Let me tell you, like, huge achievements for the project. I mean, everyone knows, but I really want to emphasize that that's a crazy achievement, really. Like, I'm not saying that because I'm at the council. I'm not saying that because I'm working at a market making company. It's just like a really good achievement, and I think it's just a start. No.
Wonderful. Yeah,
think it's
big shout out, everybody, guys. Yeah, Derek, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, if you have been looking in the community, I know the community has. I think we're one of the top 3 in number of trades and volume trades on Uniswap since we've gone live. So speaking with them, I know they're thrilled. They're very happy with the launch and how the community has shown out. They're very happy with how everything's going. So this is going to lead to some bigger partnerships with them potentially in the future, and just a shout out to that team if they're listening.
Uphold,
the
right?
Assistance there too. Yep, for the Uphold team. So yeah, it's been great. Go take a look if you haven't yet. But I think we were behind Bitcoin and maybe XRP the last I looked at in regards to volume on Uphold. So it's pretty impressive for the first 24 hours. So really good job. Really cool.
Huge. Well, on that note, everybody, just congratulations to all. Excited for a new year, and looking forward to getting this main network live and scaled to billions of users worldwide. Everybody have a great weekend.
See you, everybody.
Later, everyone.
Cheers. Bye-bye.